I've had a few people ask me how to demonstrate cutting a vegetable in your hand without using a cutting board. So I'm going to demonstrate that today. I hope that I have a good angle on this so that you can see. Um, so this is something that my granny taught me. She was a depression kid, and a lot of times I didn't have, a space to, especially the Okies, because they traveled a lot. They didn't have the space to cut, vegetables, and it was a whole lot easier to just cut it in your hand. What you will need is you will definitely need a sharp knife. I always use a paring knife because they're a whole lot easier to maneuver in your hand. So this one definitely needs, I couldn't find my good one, so this one definitely needs a good sharpening, so we're going to just do that right now. I use, this is actually a Rada sharpener, and they're amazing. They're actually made here in America. So no promotion there, but they're the knives that I love. This one is just a knife that I don't know. I think I probably picked it up at a yard sale or something. But here we go. Once it starts to like really go smooth through that sharpener, you know it's good and sharp. All right. So then I'm going to wash it off. We definitely don't want any of that meddling food. And I'm going to test it out. Now I'm topping this onion because it's got a little, it has started to grow. And I want to start that onion. So if it's got like, a little plant going on there, you can throw that in some water and it'll start sprouting. So now we see that it's got some green in there, and that's all right. We're going to cut it anyway. That is edible. So let's get us the bowl out. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing a line at the very end, bringing that smooth in. Now you see that I'm only going like about halfway through there. I'm not getting anywhere close to my hand. And I'm actually putting my thumb right here so that I can control that cut. Right, we did one in the middle, and now we're going to do one on the very side, just like the other one. Always in control, never going fast, especially when we're starting to learn. And then I'm going to flip it to its side. I'm going to do it the same way on the other side. Just going about halfway down. Going in the middle. See, I'm getting close, but I'm still controlling my knife. I'm controlling it because of this thumb back here and this thumb over here. That controls your vegetable that you're cutting. And then one more. And there we have it. And now, see, I go slow because I'm controlling the knife and the cut and making sure that it's not getting anywhere close to my hand. And when I cut, this knife, like if I was cutting right here, let me go back through there. It's cutting right here. When it went down, it's getting close. But I have this thumb right here that's really controlling that knife and controlling the grip. And this knife is really good because it has kind of like these grip things right here that help out. But yeah, going all the way through. All right, so now I have a perfect cut for things like tacos and casseroles and doing like, cut for omelets if you want to like caramelize those right there. If you was want to do a julienne, then you would have just cut on these right here and then gone through. So now we're going to cut through and we're going to see what our progress is. And remember, we've only cut down to about halfway of this onion. So we're only going to cut down to the halfway of this onion, and then I'm going to show you how we do the rest of it. So now I'm going to make sure your thumb is right there so that it controls it. All right, here we go. And see how I'm turning it? I'm turning it while I'm cutting it. The control of this thumb here. And just falls on in there. Yeah, that's right. Got some really good cuts right there. Let's do it again. You go all the way around. Making sure that those thumbs, your thumbs are always controlling it. Always be the pressure on the onion when you're cutting with those thumbs. All right, looks like we can go one more time. All the way around. Fantastic. All right, looks like we've got almost all of it done. We're not going to lose any of this onion because, you know, hey, we got to have all the onion. We paid for it. So we're going to just look and see. We still had some cuts that we saw from our last cut. So let's just follow those. I'm going to go all the way down. But see how my finger is right here? It is now controlling the bottom of the onion so that I can go all the way down. And I'm just kind of doing a saw-like motion. And I brought it all the way down. And you can even go like this and make sure that you're getting all the way down. So let's go through those. Always making sure that we have nice control. We're going slow, not going fast, never going fast. No, there's no reason for it. And then when we get on the side, sometimes it's a little tricky. So we want to make sure that those thumbs are doing their job and securing that onion. Remember, we're taking kind of like a saw-like motion to it. All right, so here we go. Going around and around like we did last time. Nice. Let's do it one more time. Getting all that goodie. You don't want to lose any of it. I'm going to tell you what you can do with the bottom here, too. All right. Ready for tacos. Always ready for tacos. All righty. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit because we got the, you know, this used to be the root. This used to be its root system when it was growing. You can actually get this root system to start growing again. All you got to do is just put a little bit of water. And I use kind of like, okay, so when I do like salmon patties, I sometimes keep some of those bones and we'll put it in some water and let it like ferment for a little while. It becomes some of the greatest fertilizer. So I'll put a little, like a couple of drops of that in there and it will start to grow its roots back, and eventually it will start to grow one of these again. Yes. Yeah, so then you'd have two onions out of one. You betcha. A lot of times, if an onion has gone off for, you know, a whole long time, and it has started to just grow its greens again, I just let it do that because that is actually green onions. And you can just cut those and keep them going. And as long as you're watering that onion, it'll keep on producing for you. All right. Well, thank you very much. I hope this has helped out a lot of you guys. Next time I'll do a potato, and we'll go on from there. All right. Awesome. See you later.